Namaste. Myself Jevin Shivi Saxena, Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostic, and my discipline is Medical Laboratory Technology from Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. So, welcome in Digital Version 2.0. So, my today topic is measles or rubella. So, it is an acute viral infection and characterized by a final stage with a maculopapular rash erupting successively over the neck and face, trunk, arms, and legs, and accompanied by a high fever. And etiology: measles virus, the causes of measles in an RNA virus of the genus Morbillivirus virus in the family of Paramyxoviridae. Only one serotype is known. So, epidemiology. So, measles is endemic throughout the world. In the past, epidemic tended to occur irregularly, appearing in the spring in large cities at 2 to 4 year intervals as new groups of susceptible children were exposed. It is really subclinical and prior to the use of measles vaccine. The peak in incidence was among children 5 to 10 years of age. Individuals born before 1957 are considered to have had natural infection and to be immune. So, transmission. Measles is highly contagious. Approximately 90% of susceptible household contact acquire the disease. Maximum dissemination of virus occur by droplet spray during the prodromal period. Transmission to susceptible contact often occur prior to diagnosis of the index cases. Infant acquire immunity transplantation from mother who have had measles and measles immunization. This immunity is usually complete for the first 4 to 6 months of life and when at a variable rate. Some protection persists that may interfere with immunization and administered before 12 months of age. Most women of childbearing age in the United States now have measles immunity by means of immunization rather than disease. So, infant of mother with measles vaccine induced immunity lost passive antibody at a younger age than infant of mother who had measles infection. In infant of mother who are susceptible to measles have no measles immunity and may contract the disease stimulatory with the mother before or after delivery. So, pathogenesis. Uh, Wait a minute. The characteristics of measles. So the virus is spread by breathing in virus containing droplet or by touching contaminated surface. Okay. And the virus grows in cell in the back of the thorax and lungs. Symptoms appear after 10 to 12 days. Okay. And third, infected person has a fever lasting 2 or 4 days, followed by a cough, runny nose, and red watery eyes. And next, A rash lasting 5 or 6 days appears about the face and head, spreading through the torso to the hand and feet. And the virus can be transmitted from 4 days period to end 4 days after the appearance of the rash. Okay. So, pathogenesis, the essential lesson of measles found in the skin conjugative and the mucous membrane of the nasopharynx, bronchi, and intestinal tract. So, serious exudate and proliferation of mononuclear cell and a few polymorphonuclear cells occur around the capillaries. So, hyperplasia of lymphoid tissue usually occurs particularly in the appendix where multinucleate ganglioside cells of up to 100 μm in diameter may be found. Okay, in the skin, and reaction is particularly notable about the sebaceous gland and hair follicles. So, Koplik spot consists of serious exudate of proliferation of endothelial cells similar to those in the skin lesion. A general inflammatory reaction of the buccal and pharyngeal mucosa extend into the lymphoid tissue and the tracheobronchial mucous membrane. Intestinal pneumonitis resulting from measles virus take the form of H. cell pneumonia. Bronchopneumonia may occur from secondary bacterial infection. In fatal cases of encephalomyelitis, so perivascular demyelination occur in areas of the brain and spinal cords. In subacute sclerosing panencephalitis, so SSPE, there may be degeneration of the cortex and white matter with intranuclear and intracytoplasmic inclusion bodies. Next, clinical manifestation. So, measles has three clinical stages. First, an incubation stage. Second, prodromal stage with an coplic spots and mild symptoms. And third, a final stage with a maculopapular rash accompanied by high fever. So, first, incubation period last approximately 10 to 12 days to the first prodromal symptoms and another 2 to 4 days to the appearance of the rash. Really, it may be as short as 6 to 10 days. And body temperature may increase slightly 9 to 10 days from the date of infection and so, body temperature may increase slightly 9 to 10 days from the date of infection and then subside for 24 hours or so. The patient may transmit the virus by the 9th, 10th day after exposure and occasionally as early as the 7th day before the illness can be diagnosed. The second, the prodromal phase. So usually lasts 3 to 5 days and is characterized by first low grade, the moderate fever, second dry cough, third nausea, and fourth conjunctivitis. These symptoms nearly always precede the appearance of Koplik spot, the pathognomic sign of measles by 2 to 3 days. Okay, the conjunctival inflammation and photophobia may suggest measles before Koplik spot appear. In particular, the transverse line of conjunctival inflammation sharply demarcated along the eyelid margin and may be diagnostic assistance in the prodromal stage. As the entire conjunctiva become involved, the line disappears. So, Koplik spots and anthenum red mottling is usually present on the hard and soft palate. The pathognomic sign of measles are grayish-white dots, usually as small as grain of sand, that have slight reddish aroma. Occasionally, they are hemorrhagic. Tend to occur opposite the lower molars but may spread irregularly over the rest of the buccal mucosa. Rarely they are found within the mid portion of the lower lip, on the palate, and on the lacrimal cannucle. They appear and disappear rapidly, usually within 12 to 18 hours. As they fade, a red spotty discoloration of the mucosa may return. Occasionally, the prodromal phase may be severed, being usured in by a sudden high fever and sometimes with convulsive and even pneumonia. Usually, the fever and cough are increasingly severed up to the time the rash has covered the body. The temperature rise amplitude has the rash appears and often reach 40 degrees Celsius for higher. In uncomplicated cases, as the rash appears on the legs and feet, the symptoms subside rapidly within about 2 days, usually with an abrupt drop in temperature to normal. Patient up to this point may appear separately ill, but within 24 hours after the temperature drops and they appear well. The rash usually start and faint macules on the upper lateral part of the neck and behind the ears and along the hairline and posterior part of the cheek. Okay, the individual lesions become increasingly mancopapular as the rash spread rapidly over the entire face, neck, and upper arms and part of the chest with approximately the first 24 hours. During the succeeding 24 hours, the rash is spread over the back, abdomen, and entire arm and things. As it finally reached the feet on the second and third day, it being to fade on the face. The rash spread downward in the same sequence in which it appeared. The severity of the disease is directly related to the extent and confuse of the rash. In mild measles, in rash tends not to be confused and is very mild cases. There are few, if any, lesion on the acts. The several cases, the rash is confused. The skin is completely covered, including the palm and sole, and the face is swollen and disfigured. The rash is often slightly hemophagus and several cases with a confusing basis. Large number and there may be extensive epidermis. The appearance of the rash may vary markedly and frequently a slight utricle faint macula and may appear during the early prodromal stage, disappearing in advance of the typical rashes. The complete absence of rash is rare except First, in patients who have received immunoglobulin during the incubation period. Second, in some patients with HIV infection. And third, occasionally in infant younger than 9 months of age who have appreciable level of maternal antibody. In the hemorrhagic type of measles, that means black measles, bleeding may occur from the mouth, nose, and nose. In mild cases, the rash may be less macular and more nearly pinpoint, somewhat resembling that of skull fever of rubella. Itching is generally slightly as the rash fade, burning, and brownish discoloration occurs and then disappear within 7 to 10 days. So diagnosis. The diagnosis is usually apparent from the characteristic clinical picture. Laboratory confirmation is rarely needed, and testing for measles IgM antibodies is recommended in some situations. Measles IgM is detectable for 1 month after illness, but sensitivity of IgM assay may be limited in the first 72 hours of the rest illness. Isolation of measles virus from clinical sample is also useful in identifying the genotype of the strain to track transmission pattern. All suspected measles cases should be reported immediately to local or health department. So during the predominant stage, so multinucleated Gantt cells can be demonstrated in the smear of the nasal mucosa. So antibodies become detectable when the rash appears. So testing of acute and conventional sera demonstrate the diagnostic seroconversion or fourfold increase in titer. So measles virus can be isolated by tissue culture in human embryonic and rhesus monkey kidney cells. So cytopathic changes visible in 5 to 10 days consist of multinucleate Gantt cells with intranuclear inclusions. The white blood cells count tends to be low white or relative lymphocytosis. So CSF in a patient with measles in encephalitis usually shows an increase in protein and a small increase in lymphocytes. The glucose level is normal. So, and treatment of measles. So treatment, there is no specific antiviral therapy, and treatment is anti-supportive and antipyretic for fever and bed rest. Maintenance of an acute fluid intake are indicated. So humidification by may elevative symptoms of laryngitis or the exclusive irritating cough. It is best to keep the room comfortably warm rather than cool. Patient with photophobia should be protected from exposure to strong light. So bacterial complications of otitis media and bronchial pneumonia require appreciate antimicrobial therapy. And the recommended regimen is a single dose of 10,000 IU orally for children 6 months of 1 year and 20,000 IU for children 1 year of age or older. Children with ophthalmologic evidence of vitamin A deficiency should be given additional doses the next day and fourth week. And so next vaccinations. So The initial measles immunization, usually as measles, mumps, rubella, that means MMR vaccine, is recommended at 12 to 15 months of age. And MMR vaccine may be given for measles post exposure and outbreak prophylaxis as early as 6 months of age. A second immunization, also as MMR, is recommended routinely at 4 to 6 years of age. MMR may be administered at any time during childhood, provided at least 4 weeks have elapsed since the first dose. Second measles immunization should be given to first children who have not previously received the second dose should be immunized by 11 to 12 year of age, and adolescent entering college or the workforce. A tuberculin test period to or concurrent with active immunization against measles is describable if tuberculosis is under consideration. So measles vaccine is not recommended for pregnant women, children with primary immunodeficiency, untreated tuberculosis cancer or organ transplantation, and those receiving long-term immunosuppressive therapy, severely immunocompromised HIV-infected children. HIV-infected children without several immunosuppression and evidence of measles immunity, so may receive measles vaccines. So thank you. This session is completed. And any query in mention in comments box. Namaste.